everybody. Welcome to Outdoor Addictions. I'm your co-host, Bruce Gray. I'm here with Keith Kavitz. Keith, how are you?
The other co-host.
Yeah.
The host with the most.
There you go. How's life been treating you this week?
Hot, Bruce. Hot.
You went to play golf last week. Did you survive that?
I melted.
Yeah, I bet. It was good and hot, wasn't it? It's hot in Alabama.
Very hot. It's hot, Bruce. It's hot. It was. As long as you drink a lot of water and stay hydrated, eat a lot of bananas and keep the potassium in you can make it through it,
Yeah.
You gotta know your limitations.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm getting to the age, I'm learning my limitations quick. Learning my imitations too.
Well, I'm glad y'all had a good trip. And did you play well?
No.
Didn't play well?
No.
It's probably been a while since you played, though, hasn't it? I mean,
well, I started playing a little bit ahead, a couple of months ago, just to get some swings in and start getting my body used to it. I actually came out better on this trip than I have on ones in the past when I haven't swung a club at all.
Yeah.
But by the third day, I'm used to sore and hurting from swinging the club that many days in a row that I can't do anything that last day. But I made it through. Third day, I was swinging as many times, but wasn't hurting as bad as it was in years past. So
that's good.
When you get our age, you take your successes where you can get them at. And
yeah, I agree. I had a good weekend. I got to ride the tractor. I did a little road maintenance on our family farm up in North Mississippi, and spent 2 days on the tractor, and it was good therapy. The only thing I forgot to do was take some earplugs, and I should have taken some. I should have had that little headset, Ooh, I should have had something. That old tractor had my ears ringing after a day or so of that. But next time I'll make a point to take some ear protection.
But when you get my age, you can't hear anything anyway, so,
Yeah, what? Yeah, that's about the way it is. But anyway, had a good day. Oddly enough, it wasn't that hot up there. It was in North Mississippi. The high was like 86, 87 degrees, low humidity. That was surprising. Back here, it was burning up. Heat advisory back here in South Mississippi, but just a couple hours north, it was a different world. And,
usually, it's always a different world up in that county, Bruce.
That could be a good thing or a bad thing.
It can.
It can be. All right, we're going to talk a little bit today about real estate, and we've got several new listings on the market, so we're going to take a few minutes and share some of these listings with you, y'all, and there's some good ones too. I'm telling you, they're scattered all over Southwest Mississippi, and ranging from land to homes on land, homes in town, right? I mean, some of them are fixer-uppers, some of them have been completely renovated, all types of properties. And so if you're listening today, and if you know somebody, or maybe you yourself are looking for a home or a tract of land to purchase, one of these just might be a good fit. Or if you're thinking about selling and you own properties similar to what we're going to describe today, then I guarantee it's a good time to sell. So
if you've been considering and hear some of these, say, that sounds a lot like my property. Give us a call. I mean, we've got buyers that are probably looking for your property.
That's it. That's exactly right. So I encourage you to pay attention to these listings, and let's just jump right into it. And the first three are actually on the same road, and the first two actually join each other. So this is a house and 10 acres. It's located in Amite County, Mississippi, on Berwick Castles Road. That's near Gloucester, Mississippi. And BB Henfield and Nona Trout have this one listed for sale. And if you've been keeping up with Gloucester lately, that little town is starting to grow and develop. A new sawmill, from what I understand, is coming into town. And that's going to bring a huge influx of people who's going to be working at the mill and odd and end jobs. And I think it's going to open up a lot of potential for people in that area who want to sell their home or land. And so some of these listings today are going to be from that Gloucester area. And this is the first one we're going to describe. It's a house in 10 acres, it's 3 bedroom, 2 bath, sits on 10 acres. And I've not been in this particular property. Have you shown it, Keith?
I have not shown any of these first three that we like.
Yeah. But I understand it's a nice house. It was built in 1987. So it may be just a little bit dated. It's a little ranch style house. It's 1,468 square feet. So just under 1,500 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 10 wooded acres. And right next to it is a 10-acre tract of land. So someone could buy the house in 10 acres and they could buy the additional 10 acres right next to it and have a house in 20 acres there.
Yeah, if you're looking for your getaway place, it could be 20 acres. If you bought the whole thing, you're looking at some hunting potential
Absolutely.
in there.
And it's not far from the Homachito National Forest, which brings a whole nother possibility there as far as hunting and recreational use. So you're literally within just a few miles of the forest. But again, if you want just the land, we have 10 acres. It's literally right connected to this place. 10 wooded acres, paved road frontage, has power and water available right there at the road. And it's not far also from Brushy Creek Horse Ranch. That's called Brushy Creek Horse Ranch. And I've never been on Brushy Creek Horse Ranch, but I understand that's like a place you can ride your horses. And
I've never been on it, but you pass by it there on 33, I believe,
so.
Several times when have shown other properties in Gloucester.
Yeah.
So you're for equine person that likes horses, that'd be a good spot there that you could keep your horses on if you didn't want to keep it on your 10 or 20 acres with these other properties. And they have stables there and riding. I'm sure they've got trails and things you can ride on. So it'd be good and very close to where you are.
And this is a good area for hunting. If you're looking for a place to hunt deer and turkey, don't be shy of say 10 or 20 acres. A lot of people think that's not enough land to hunt on. If it's in the right spot, it's more than enough to hunt on. You can be really successful. I mean, how many times you seen deer in your backyard, literally? So, I mean, they're right there by your house. They ain't afraid of it. So, anyway.
All the time, but I've been threatened. Don't shoot them. Wouldn't do it anyway. Wouldn't do it, but it's good to see that wildlife out there.
Yeah, right outside your window. See a turkey every now and then, and just have a good time. So again, that's a house in 10 acres in Amite County. By the way, the price of that is $230,000 for the house in 10 acres. The 10 acre right next to it is $67,500. So roughly that's $67.50 per acre for the 10 acres, which may sound like a lot, but I'm gonna tell you, for that area of the state, that's a pretty good price.
For an area that's growing like that, especially, I mean, that sawmill really gets kicked off the ground there, and it gets to rolling. There's gonna be a lot of people moving in there, and a lot of these small parcels like that are gonna jump.
All right, this next tract is 171 acres. It's also on Berwick Castles Road. Matter of fact, it's right down the road. Now, it does not join this house in 10 acres. It's just right down the road from it. And so it is a beautiful piece of ground. It has mature timber that needs to be thinned in places. It has 2 ponds on it. Very nice piece of property. It's even closer to the National Forest, to the Homachito National Forest.
Within a mile.
Yeah, within a mile of it. And only 3 miles from Brushy Creek Horse Ranch. Power and water at the entrance, and it offers great deer and turkey hunting habitat. So, and I'm telling you, if you buy this property and go in there and thin the timber, it's only going to make that habitat better.
Right.
A lot better. So you got the potential of making some money just right on the front end when you thin your timber. And then you can go in. It's got a good road system. BB said it's a really good road system that runs throughout it. Matter of fact, he took his tractor and bush hog over there and bush hogged it all. So right now it's kept up good. Looks nice.
It's probably ready to start developing those forbs in that timber out there.
It's a good.
There's also an old home site on the place.
There is. There's an old home site as well. 2 ponds. It's got a creek on it. Once again, it's 171 acres. The price is $643,912. So just under $644,000. is what they're asking for the property. Good place. Good place. All right, this next place, I've actually shown it one time. Well, I say I showed it, went and looked at it. I had someone who was interested in possibly going to look at it, but it didn't fit out for their needs. But it's 20 acres on Gresham Lane near Meadville, Mississippi. And this place right here has a lot of potential. It has an old home site on it. The house it's kind of at a crossroads. I mean, you could go in and fix the house up. It would take a good bit of work, or you could just take a dozer and push it down, just have yourself a fine house or campsite there.
Could possibly be made into a storage shed of some kind.
It could be.
You want to be just fortified a little bit and
Yes.
just store some of your equipment or whatever. Plus, there's other sheds on the property as well, isn't it?
Yeah, there's I think 3 other sheds. I know there's 2 hay barns and 1 little shop area there off to the side. And those are newer structures than the house. The house is an old farmhouse. Been there for many, many years, but for the most part, it's dry under roof. It's one room where the roof was leaking real bad, and that wood on the floor is starting to rot. But overall, it could be remodeled, but the main thing is it sits in a spot where it'd make a good home or campsite. It has gated entrance. It's got a big metal gate right there on the road. It's fenced in a few areas. And so it's going to offer a secure setting for you to have a home site or campsite.
Got water available there.
Yeah.
On the site, I mean, there's some water running back to those sheds from what
Right.
Robin told me. And
That's
electricity right there at the property.
There's actually 2 ponds on the property. There's a pond behind that house site there. And the timber's kind of grown up to the edge of the pond, but if you get a forestry mulcher back in there, you could easily clean that out where you could see the pond. The other pond is up there on the road, so it fronts the road itself. But I'll be honest, that pond needs some work. I mean, it's got water in it, and from what I understand, it's been stocked over the years. But I think what they did was a previous owner started building the pond and just had some dirt mounded up where they dug it out and just didn't complete it, didn't finish it.
Yeah, I had some interest in this property, and the lady was asking me about that, what it was, and I heard that it was a pond that they had started building. Just kind of took a backhoe back in there and scooped dirt out and piled it up, but just never got to complete it.
Yeah, it just needs to be finished, and I'm telling you, you could run a fire through that and burn all that debris right up to the pond, so you could see what you got there, and you'd be able to turn that into something nice.
And talk about some of our beautiful public lands to hunt on. This is very near Caston Creek Wildlife Management.
Yeah, Caston Creek is just right down the road. Matter of fact, you pass Caston Creek to go to this property. So you pass the entrance there. And Caston Creek offers, that's a big WMA that's right here in Southwest Mississippi. And that offers some of the best deer and turkey hunting you're going to have a chance. Matter of fact, you can apply for these draw hunts, and you just might get that hunt, and you can hunt right there on that property. It's beautiful, and they limit how many hunters get on it. I mean, it's nice. It's also not terribly far from the Homicide National Forest. Anywhere out in that area, you're close to the Homicide National Forest, right? Anywhere in Franklin,
near the
Franklin, Amite County. I mean, the National Forest is just a short drive down the road. So, of course, this is in Franklin County. I guess it's closest to Meadville. And I think BB and his family, BB is one of our agents here in the office. His family farm is just you can see it from the property over there. It's not far at all. And so I didn't realize that till I was talking to BB the other day, and he told me about it. So it's just right across the fence there till you get to his. It doesn't join it now. It's another farm between it, but you could see it. It's just open pasture. Anyway, this place has really good potential for a good hunting property. It's thick cover. There's actually an additional 4.8 acres that joins this place that is available for sale as well. Now, it's not included in this 20 acres, but you could own almost 25 acres if you chose to buy the additional 4.8 acres.
Yeah, it's up off the back of the basically the northwest corner.
Yeah, I think so.
I believe.
And it's actually fenced and it's partially opened as well. And so I think there's some goats on the property.
There's
right?
goats on it, and I heard today that you could take the goats if you like into goats. You could
You
take
can't
them.
beat that,
They
man.
could probably
Shoot ya.
have 4th of July goat roast.
Yeah. Matter of fact, there's some goats across the road. I don't know if it belongs to the same owner or a different person, but there's a group of goats. Matter of fact, when I went out there, I thought the property across the road was the additional 4.8 acres because there's some goats out there. And so I slowed down, was looking at those goats, and I got to looking, and I said, man, there's a deer standing out there, those goats. And sure enough, it was about half-grown doe standing out there. And just right in the middle of those goats, you know. And the story goes that a doe and a fawn jumped in there last year or so and said that the fawn was still in there. That's what the story is.
Yeah.
I know that deer could jump out of that pen. It's just a regular size fence.
She thinks she's a goat, Bruce.
I guess so. She was standing right out there with them, boy.
Everybody wants to be the goat. The greatest of all time.
I guess so. But anyway, this is a really pretty property, 20 acres on Gresham Lane near Meadville, Mississippi. It's priced at $111,650, which equates to about $5,500 per acre. $5,500 an acre for this 20 acres. It's a pretty spot. All right, this next one, I'll be honest, I have not seen it. I've not been on this one. This is a brand new listing. It's 50 acres on Jackson Liberty Road in the Smithdale community. And Smithdale community is just kind of, I guess that'd be southeast of Brookhaven and kind of northeast of Macomb or Summit. It's kind of I'm sorry,
Southwest.
southwest, that's right, southwest.
You
So
confuse me,
southwest
Bruce.
of Brookhaven and about, I guess, west of Summit and northwest of Macomb.
Yeah, you can get, real close. The part of the county down there, Highway 98 runs through Lincoln County, right there in the Smithdale area.
And that's the best way to get to is go down Highway 98 west. And of course you can get to it from Brookhaven or Macomb, but that's the quickest way from the interstate. It's in Lincoln County, so it's West Lincoln School District, 50 acres. It has a creek on it. From what I understand, it's a beautiful spring-fed creek. It's got some gravel and sand along the creek. It's real pretty. At least the pictures look nice. I haven't been on it per se. Has paved road frontage. It has hardwood timber. It's got a mixture of pine and hardwood, but those creek bottoms offer really good hardwood. I see pictures of really pretty hardwood trees on it. I mean, it's 50 acres right here in Lincoln County. It's a pretty place, real pretty place, and it would be a good place for a home site or a campsite. If you're looking for hunting property, this just might be what you're looking for.
Make it both.
There you go.
Might as well do it all.
Yeah,
And it's always good to have that little spring-fed creek running through there.
that's right.
Good, clear, cold water.
That's right.
This time of the year when it's so hot.
All right, let's talk about some houses real quick. And this first house, I learned a little bit about. I haven't shown it yet, but I have learned a little bit about it. It's a small cottage located in historic Meadville, Mississippi. And Meadville and Bude are located in Franklin County. It's just west of Brookhaven and I-55. How many miles is it to Meadville, you think? It's probably 20, 30 miles, maybe.
Yeah,
something
20
like
or
that.
so. It's not that far.
It's not that far. You just off the interstate, you get on Highway 84 and head west toward Natchez. And I'd say it's a 20-minute drive, probably, from the interstate to the property, or to Meadville. And this house, this little cottage, it offers 1,350 square feet. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. From what I understand, this home has been completely remodeled. It has granite countertops. It has all new appliances. Although it only has 2 bedrooms, they're generously sized bedrooms. So it looks very nice. I think it'd make a fine home for somebody, but it'll also make a good investment property, right? I mean, somebody could buy this with the intention of renting it out. And it's really nice. A crow flies, it's not that far from Meadville to Gloucester. We talked about Gloucester, where somebody might be moving into that area
Yeah.
that may want to live somewhere else, closer to interstate or something. This offers up a possibility. It looks good.
Yeah, black river rock in the one of the bathrooms there is an added touch. It just, I've looked. I haven't been in this one either, but the pictures I have seen of this place it's amazing for a home built in 1953. That's a year older than me. But to walk into this house, you would not think that to look at the amenities and,
Yeah, it's
and
very
the
nice.
special touches they have put in this place.
Been updated over the years, and the other thing I see,
It has aged a lot better than I have.
the other thing I see here is it's within walking distance of the junior high, so it's right there by the school. It's a good area of town. I think people will be pleased with it. Once again, it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,350 square foot cottage. It's priced at $235,000. $235,000. All right, this next place, we have shown it a few times, and the owner is itching to have it sold. That's why we're bringing it up. It's not necessarily a new listing, but it is a good looking property, isn't it, Keith?
Yes, it's everybody that I have taken several times. I thought I had it sold, and then people just keep shopping around for one reason or another. Not because they didn't like this property, they just found one they liked a little bit better.
Right.
But it's a nice property. It's an older. Only it says built in 1995. It's not that old.
It's really not. No.
But it's it's kind of a cabin style thing.
Yeah.
And there's got an upstairs porch, large area inside this house, but there's stairs that go up there. But there's also an elevator built on one side that goes up to the porch.
Does that work? Is that in operation?
It works. Last time I was there, I tried it, and
so imagine as you're looking at the front of it, I'm gonna try to describe it to you. It's kind of a red wood cabin feel to it. So it's a cabin, although it's not really a cabin, it's their home.
2-story cabin.
It's a 2-story cabin. So you're looking at it, and to the left, you'll be able to see the elevator, which goes up from obviously right there, but right there by it is a staircase, right? Going right up to the top floor. And the top porch runs the whole length of the house.
Whole length of the house, and beautiful view from up there.
Yeah.
It's quiet. It's nice out there. There's a pond across the road from the house that's recently been kind of cleaned up around it, and it's not huge, but I guarantee you there's some fish in that place.
Oh yeah. So it's a total of 31 acres. Now, part of the property is on one side of the road and the other part's on the other side, right?
Yeah,
I don't know how many acres is on either side. Do you know about that?
You got like 13.6 acres on one side and like 17 acres. So
That's probably the part across the road with the pond.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's roughly 13 or right at 14 acres with the house on one side of the road, and the remainder of the 31 acres is on the other side with the pond. But this is located in the McCall Creek area. If anybody knows anything about deer hunting, you mentioned the word McCall Creek. That's a good area of the state to go hunt. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath cabin built in 1995. And once again, it's not far from where, Keith? Homochitto National Forest.
Homochitto National Forest.
Right down the road from it. So, look, you had the best of both worlds on this place. It's nice. There's even the remnants of an old shed built back in the 1940s on this property. So it says, from what I understand, it's a little historic shed. Dates back to the 1940s.
There's a shed on the back side of it that's got an old lathe in there. But it's a good property, and like I said, we got a motivated seller there on this property. Give us a call. I'll take you out there. I've been to it a few times. I'll go out there again.
Yeah,
and
it's a nice place.
We'll walk over it, but it's a good property in a good area, good, quiet. If that's what you're looking to get away from the hubbub of civilization.
All right, and just to recap real quick, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-story cabin built in 1995, sits on 31 acres, and the price has been reduced to $212,500. $212,500. All right, our next one is a new listing in town. This is located right here in Brookhaven, Mississippi. It's a small cottage that's about 1,800 square feet. It's located at 1408 Monticello Street. Sits on a 5-acre lot, and I understand it's a very nice house. Have you seen this one by chance?
I have not been in this one yet.
Yeah, I understand it's very, very nice. Has custom woodwork, oversized maple cabinets, has a new HVAC system that was replaced in 2020, new flooring throughout, new stainless steel appliances in the kitchen, and new septic system and plumbing. So it really looks like a very, very nice place. I think this belonged to Dr. Williams, I believe. This is the home that he had.
Dr. J.E. Williams.
Yeah, that's it. So, real pretty place. I think you'd be pleased with it. It was built in 1960, but over the years it's been remodeled, and it's in very good shape.
New flooring throughout, new stainless appliances in the kitchen, new septic and plumbing. The house has been reworked and renovated, and it's just ready for you to come in and make Brookhaven your home. And this is a somewhat historic home.
Yep. And let's finish up with 2 more listings. We don't have our paperwork on that, but I think we can go on memory here. Keith and I just listed 2 commercial buildings right here in town. And you want to tell us about one of those? You tell them about one, I tell them about the other. How about that?
Listen, these 2 buildings are side by side. They're on the same lot. Formerly a dry cleaning. So at one time, they were both dry cleaning service, but they were acquired by the same people, and one of them is mainly a storage building now. Still some dry cleaning equipment in there, but these are 2 big, nice sized metal buildings. They're on frontage on West Court Street.
Yep, they're located at 107 West Court Street right here, downtown Brookhaven. One of them is a little over 2,600 square feet. It's the bigger building. And the other one's about just under 2,200 square feet, 23 or something like that.
2170 something.
Yeah, so it's just under 2,200 square feet.
And it's got a extra lot in the back of it.
It does.
That could extend back to the adjoining property. It's kind of grown up in there, but that could be opened up to extend your parking or whatever
Absolutely.
you want to do back there.
If there is a downside with the property, there's not a lot of parking on the road out there. There is some, but your additional parking can be on that wooded lot in the back.
Wooded lot.
The unique thing about this property is both buildings sit side by side. They both have a circle driveway that goes all the way around them. And one of the buildings, the bigger one, has a drive-through window already installed. So you could easily see how that could serve anyone who needs some type of pharmacy or I mean, you name it.
I can see any
restaurant.
number of businesses going there. Somebody want to open a small diner or something in there, have a kitchen in the back, and drive-through window, people pick their food up. There's just a lot of possibilities for this property besides the dry cleaning that is currently in there.
That's right. Both buildings offer a really attractive storefront, big windows, lets a lot of natural light in, and both buildings have a finished out space up front that would serve as a good office or retail space. But the key is both buildings has a big storage areas in the back, and so it's not necessarily finished back there, but it's just open room for storage or equipment or whatever you might need. It's easy in, easy out. I could see this fitting a variety of different businesses.
And you know, we advertise them separately, but they could be bought together.
Could be bought together. So right now we are advertising them separately. The bigger building, which is a little over 2,600 square feet, is priced at $205,000. The smaller building, which is a little less than 2,200 square feet, is priced at $165,000. But like Keith said, somebody can just buy them both, and you could operate your business out of one, rent the other space out. You'd make enough on that rent to almost make your payments for the property. That's another thing. If you bought this as an investment property, this rental property, I mean, you can get pretty good rent on these locations.
Excellent.
Yeah,
and this area in the middle of downtown is not far from the downtown area.
Well, it's right. It is actually in downtown.
It's in the downtown, but from the main street area, you know, down.
You just walk around the corner, you're there.
Yeah, and I mean, I could hit a 9-iron there, even as short as I am down there.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a good overview of what all of our, and all of these are, except for one, the 2-story cabin. Everything else is a brand new listing. They hadn't been on the market just a few days. So, look, if you're looking for property in Southwest Mississippi, we are your go-to real estate experts.
We've got people out there that are looking for properties. So,
if you want to sell, give us a call. I think we're going to meet with a family later this week who they own a house and 10 acres with a little barn on it, and they're wanting they call it the farm, and they're going to put it up for sale. We're going to meet with them. It's a good time to sell. A lot of buyers out there. Even though you hear the news, doom and gloom, the truth is the real estate market's still hopping.
It's not. It is still in good shape.
Yeah,
It's
doing good. Doing good. All right.
What else you got on the plate that we want to talk about? What we got coming up, Bruce?
Oh yeah, we do have something we want to announce. Every year, we volunteer our time for our local Southwest Mississippi National Deer Association (NDA) branch, and so Keith and I have been volunteering with this organization for several years. So much so that it's become part of, I don't know about you, but it's become part of me and what I do every year.
I know for sure it has you.
But no, it's taken on a life all its own. But yeah, we're going to have our annual fundraising banquet. It's going to be on August the 17th, right here in Brookhaven at the Brookhaven building, 1154 Brookhaven building, right here on Beltline Drive in Brookhaven, Mississippi. The doors are open at 6 o'clock, and again, that's August the 17th, right here in Brookhaven.
And a good, easy way to remember that is like the night before
the Wildlife Expo.
The Wildlife Expo starts.
Yeah, Lincoln
the 18th
County
and the 19th.
Lincoln County hosts a annual Wildlife Expo, which is always in the month of August, and that is the 18th and 19th this year. And our local Southwest Mississippi NDA branch banquet serves as a kickoff for the expo. We partnered with the expo some 3 or 4 years ago now, and so it's become part of the expo. And so part of the money raised on that one night will serve 2 purposes. Number one, it goes to helping conservation, helps the wild deer population. It helps us locally as well as across the country. And so we raise money for conservation, but we also raise money to send a local handicapped individual on a hunting or fishing trip of a lifetime. And so we raised a good bit of money that night. And people have been real generous with their money, especially when they know where it's going to go. They know that part of it goes to conservation, part of it goes to helping these local folks. So, these hunters who go on this, they're not necessarily kids. They're kids, they're adults, they're older adults. There are people who maybe have never been hunting, or others who used to hunt when they were younger and got hurt at work, and their life changed, and now they're not able to do that. So we just want to give back to the community and help provide them an avenue to get out and enjoy the outdoors. I mean, we take this stuff for granted. Every fall, we get to get outside and enjoy the outdoors, but a lot of people don't get to do that.
Yeah, give back to the hunting community and the world that we've enjoyed all of our lives. Just a way to help get other people involved that might not have the means or the ability to get out and to enjoy.
And so what we do is we generally we interview different candidates who might be a good selection for the hunt of a lifetime. We try to send at least one person per year on a hunt. If we have a lot of money, we'll send 2. But for the most part, we try to send 1. And we're very thoughtful about who we send, and we try to work with them on what they want to do. If someone wants to go on a fishing trip, we can hook them up. If they want to go on an elk hunt, we'll try our best to hook them up there. If it's a whitetail hunt in South Texas, we'll try to hook that up. We'll do what we can to make their dreams come true. And I know it's just one time, but the truth is, we've talked to individuals who've gotten to go on these hunts, and they said it was life-changing. I mean, it gave them the confidence that they once had. Where, they, for once and for one day in their year, they don't have to worry about doctor's appointments and, And, you know,
And there
this,
have
that,
been
and the
some
other.
of them that have, having that experience, have gotten more involved.
Yeah, they've
And,
actually given back. A couple of past recipients are now on our committee, and they work to help see that someone else gets to go. And it's not just them; it's their families. It's their mama, their daddy. Everybody gets involved. And now you've got the whole family involved, and it's just growing, getting better and better and better. And if you're looking for a way to give back to your community, man, working with National Deer Association, if you're a hunter, it's a great way to do that. You know, there are other organizations, Ducks Unlimited, NWTF, Turkeys for Tomorrow, Rocky Mountain Health Foundation. There's lots of them out there, but I encourage you to get involved and to give back. So anyway, just wanted to give it. We'll probably mention that again between now and August the 17th. Until then, stay addicted
To the outdoors.